Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my live stream from over here in Santa Ponsa. You can see where I am. We're starting from a different location this time around. I have to apologise for being late as usual. I keep getting stopped. I need to build that into my getting to places travel time. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my live stream from over here in Santa Ponsa. It's an absolutely gorgeous day today, and you can see the absolutely lovely sunshine that we've got behind us. Now, for some reason, let me just bear with me, I can just hear. I can hear this being translated actually. Let me just turn this down a second, 1 second. There, let me know if you can hear any disturbance on the... Am I loud and clear? Let me know. Diane, you're in the chat. You're saying I'm loud and clear, thank goodness for that. Anyway, you can see where I am. I'm right down the front, on the waterfront here in Santa Ponsa. And just as I was leaving Palma, the Cala Mayor area, if you look into the distance here, look, you can see we've got some big clouds bubbling up. And I was having a chat to Admin Anne from the Facebook group, and she was saying that it looks like it was throwing it down with rain in Palma, and I'm a little bit nervous about it arriving down here, but we're going to get going. We're going to start walking, and we're going to take a look at this far side of Santa Ponsa. We're going to come down along the beachfront here, go around the back of the pine trees and up into the resort and back round to Costa de la Calma. And if the rain does come and the thunder does come, well, we're going to be running. So I'm used to that after filming my airport video this week. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out. Also just having a look at I just want to say a very quick thank you as well for the super chats that were waiting for me. So thank you to Tommy. Gurkhan, I can see that you've left me one as well. I'm going to get back into the chat. I'll see if there are any others. Big hello to James and thank you to you too. So let's turn the camera around and let's just have a quick look. Now, the first thing I can see about Santa Ponsa today is this area right at the far end of the waterfront here. Look, it's all been done up. You may remember last year, this is a private swimming pool here. It belongs to this block, but they've repaved it. No restaurant has yet moved into this spot yet. You may remember, I think it was during pandemic days, this restaurant was open, but it had to close. I'm sure it's only going to be a matter of time before that opens up again. Who have we got in today? I bet Neil's in there. I'm pretty sure Neil is going to be in the chat today. John, good afternoon. You're saying sadly unable to watch the live, but you're on your way to the airport and you're heading over to Calador. Fantastic. Have a safe journey. Don't forget, don't stop and shop like we did at Bristol Airport unless you've got one eye on the gate numbers. Completely different reason over in the UK why you shouldn't stop and shop, but anyway. Let's come down. This path actually down here hasn't been improved, which is a bit of a shame. But look at all these lovely little beaches around here in Santa Ponsa. It's absolutely stunning around this area of the island. Linda, I've just seen you on the live chat as well. I can't believe you've been over here and back already. That kind of went very, very quickly actually. You have to get booking again. Now the pathway around here is still pretty dodgy. Let me just negotiate this concrete. Be careful if you're coming around this path. This is something that they need to kind of sort out for next year. Now, I have to say, if the signal does go, I will be back. I'll try and recover it like I've done in previous weeks. Who knows what's going to happen today? If it completely dies, I'll just open a new screen, but fingers crossed, all should be okay. But look at the views today and just look at the blue sky we've got. It's not quite as warm as it looks actually. We've got highs today of 18 degrees Celsius. But it is going to warm up quite significantly during the course of the week. And don't forget, I'm going to have my weather forecast out tomorrow for the week ahead on my island update. So watch out for that video. But I think we've got some really nice weather in store, as you guys have in the UK as well, I do believe. I had my family telling me that earlier too. So look, lots of people down here on the rocks. Let me just go up into the chat. Who else have we got in here today? Tom B, hello. You're coming in a week over here to the island. Neil, like I said, good afternoon from Belfast. June, hello. Yeah, we had a good trip back home. It was lovely. You're sunning yourself in the garden at the moment. No way. And you're going to Fuerteventura soon. So you probably missed my live stream next week. Well, look, I hope you have a lovely time over in Fuerteventura. But you're still coming back. That's good to know. Robin, good afternoon from Saintfield in Northern Ireland. I also have to say as well, and I'm hoping Tony will be watching on the catch-up. I will remind him, because he might be trying to join right at the end of this live stream, but a big thank you to Tony, who I met down here in Santa Ponsa. I made a couple of videos a couple of weeks ago, just before the Easter holidays, and he bought me some treats from Ireland, which was super, super, super nice of him. So thank you very much, Tony. And hopefully you'll hear this message. I'll repeat it at the end, just in case you're joining right at the end. Marie and John, thank you so much for your super chat. It's just flown onto the screen here. 146 days left. Do you remember when that was like on like 250 or something? Time's going by really fast, and I can't believe we're rolling into May soon. So you've got 20 degrees. That's fantastic news. Brilliant. I'm so glad you got a very sunny Birmingham area this afternoon. You guys definitely deserve it. But look, this is a great spot down here. It's a great alternative beach area. Do you know what, guys? I might have to put my hat on. It's so super sunny down here. Even though the highs today are around 17, 18 degrees, it's really, really hot. Right, we are rapidly approaching the Verdemar apartments, which we'll head on past. Look at the views this afternoon. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous. You can't beat a sunny day over here in Mallorca. Just seen my chat saying 2 minutes as I was running down the road. Glyn, good afternoon. You're going to watch it later when you get home. Thank you very much. Robert, hello in Cardiff. Emma, good afternoon. And Julie, and Jules and Gaz, good afternoon. Catherine from Cheshire, it's 20 degrees. Do you know what? I think it's actually a shade warmer over in the UK this afternoon. I know in the sunshine here, like I've always said, when you're sat in the sun, if you're sitting in the sun, it is very, very warm. But my iPhone's telling me it's only 18 degrees. Goodness me, that's a bit energetic. Look, we're just coming up by the side of the Globales Verdemar apartments, and it's kind of very open here, but my goodness, it's such a sun trap. Look, you can see where the sun is at just after 5 o'clock this afternoon. Sun's moving around. We've got pretty much all day sunshine here. You kind of end up having to wander into there, just down the coastal path. Now the big news is, have they done anything to the Perseverantia Beach Club, which was lying unused last summer? Let's go and check it out. I really hope someone does something with it, because it's in such a gorgeous spot. I mean, look at this. Who wouldn't want to sit down here and have a bite to eat in the afternoon? Frida, where are you watching from? You're looking forward to August. Ronnie and Diane from Northern Ireland, see you in July. You're coming over in July, brilliant. Dave, good afternoon. You had rain in Calabona this morning, but it's nice now. Do you know what? I was going to go to the East Coast today, and it's a bit of a shame really, because I've seen the weather forecast for the week, and I had wanted to go to Calabona, but I didn't want to go over there if it was raining, because I've got loads of content to make. So I might pop down there this week if I get a chance. But look, bad news from over here. This beach club is still lying empty. Wondering if there's an issue here with the Costas Authority. Who knows? They may well fill in that swimming pool. You don't know what plans anyone has really over here, but it's such a shame that this is lying empty at the moment, because it was such a lovely spot a few years ago. I'm going to head down to Calador as well. We were it was a bit dodgy weather on the run up to Easter, so I didn't really get down over to the east coast of the island too much. I made some content over there, but I've got a lot of making up to do, so keep an eye on the channel for this week. I've got plenty of updates to bring you. Right, we're going to walk through Las Olas, which is open. Let me just, I don't know, just going to put this on me as we head on through. I'll give you the views as we head on back through. Oopsie. And look, once again, even more absolutely stunning views. At least we've got one coastal area down here to enjoy a meal. Down this side, and some of the little beaches too. Normally by peak season we do actually find people down here on the beaches as well. Mike from Stockport, good afternoon. Bless you, Ronnie, you're saying, Diane says, we'll have a drink for you at the Three Brothers in July. That's Palma Nova. In case you're not sure anybody watching, but that's very kind of you, thank you. I'm pretty sure I'll need it then as well, because it'll be those melting temperatures that we're going to get. So I'll be diving in to see you there. Carol, you're over here on May the 17th and you can't wait. Brilliant. Tony, you're there. I don't know whether you missed my mention a little bit earlier on. I was just saying how super kind you were when you were over here in Santa Ponsa. Last time I was down here making a video, you tracked me down and you bought some lovely treats from Ireland for me too, which I'll tell you what, did come in, they were very welcome when I was out and about filming just before Easter too. Right, I'm on the ferry point here. This is the jetty pickup point for the Cormorant cruise trips that head on down the coast. This is where you need to come look, and it's super accessible along this path that runs right down to the beach. I've got another little beach here as well. Somebody on the Facebook group earlier, just as I was coming out, was asking for hidden gems. I think we just walked past about 5 of them down here. There are not many hidden gems left in Mallorca, but even in the resorts, in the really busy resorts and the big resorts, you're going to find little pockets of quietness down here. You needn't travel, you needn't drive all over the island to find some kind of secluded beach, because if you look over here, look, there's the main beach, but if you just kind of walk a couple hundred of metres away and you've got your own little beach here, I mean, it is just absolutely gorgeous. And I love this path as well. Just be careful though if it has been raining, because it can get a little bit slippery down here. Now, I did get to have a couple of days on the beach just the other day, actually over in Calamayor, and I did try and go for a swim, and I couldn't do it. I literally couldn't do it. It reminded me of going for a swim up in Tynemouth in Newcastle many years ago. I couldn't get in above my knees. The water for me is pretty cold, but we're going to see plenty of people swimming, and I've seen people swimming all throughout the year. It's still very, very fresh, and it's kind of left over from the coolness of winter. Here's another really nice little entry point into the water as well. Ah, we have a viewer in from Denmark this afternoon. Good afternoon. Can you travel to the other islands from Santa Ponsa? And I think that's already been answered. Anne, admin Anne from the Facebook group. Yes, you are on the live this afternoon. You have to go to Palma. You can go to the port, pick up a ferry heading over to Ibiza or Mallorca, or head to the airport, and you can get like a 10-minute flight to Mallorca or something like that. But look at Santa Ponsa Beach now that you can see that Easter is pretty much done and dusted. We've still got school holidays on until tomorrow for most schools here in Mallorca, but you can see a lot of the Easter traffic has now left the island. Michelle from Luton, good afternoon to you. And we're seeing a few people as well giving Santa Ponsa a go this summer. is that Michelle? No, it's Nicholas. Nicholas, you're definitely going back to Blackbeard's for a night meal in Magaluf. I was there the other day actually. It was lovely, had a very nice meal. Susie, thank you so much for your super chat this afternoon as well. Very appreciated, very much appreciated. Right, this is where it gets slippy. Right, so I'm actually wearing trainers here, and I don't know whether you can hear me like sliding along the walkway. I don't want to become a cropper. That wouldn't make good viewing. Bring an abrupt end to the live stream. But just be really careful if you're walking down here, guys. So even with my trainers on, it's pretty on the slippery side. I can see they still haven't cleared that seaweed off down the middle of the beach just yet. I'm pretty sure that will all be cleared off by the 1st of May. Don't forget, May the 1st is the official start to the holiday season over here in Mallorca. Do you know, it's no less slippy. Just hear me like skating up this slope. And I don't know why it's just that area, why it's particularly slippery as well. So just be careful. Isabel, can I say hello to your husband, Christopher? Love from, oh, Christopher, Isabel loves you, that's sweet. Susie, I can see you're over in the Reverence Life Hotel at the moment. Goodness me, look at all these sunbeds. Got loads of sunbeds. I don't think anyone's going to have too much trouble finding a sunbed on the sands this summer. There's absolutely loads of them. Right, come on, let's take a walk down to our right-hand side. We're going to head on down the back of the beach. Is it getting any less slippery? Maybe it's just my trainers. I've got least grippy trainers you can possibly get. Now don't forget, as we roll on into the summer, we're going to soon start seeing the night market down here in Santa Ponsa. It's not obviously arrived just yet. I'm hoping they're going to start setting up in June. They should do, or even in May actually. It'd be quite nice to see them in May. Look, sorry about the light here. We've got a little bit of sun in front of us. And even though it's not boiling hot today, it's actually quite a nice beach day, because with it being cool, as well, you've got that nice cool breeze. You don't have to go swimming to cool off. Look at that huge mountain of seaweed there. Look at it. It looks like Ayers Rock there on the beach. They had this over in Playa de Palma pretty much for most of last summer, but like I said, fingers crossed, a tractor will come and take all of that away. But look, at this time of year as well as Costa de la Calma, the little beach bars and restaurants offer a really nice sunset spot down here at the back of Santa Ponsa beach. That's a bin truck going by the way, if you're wondering what that was. Look, we're just outside, just pointing out a few hotels in the way. There's the H10 Casa del Mar. Big hello as well to Tony. I know you quite like staying there too. Look, we've got this torrent that runs down through the middle of the beaches. Let's head on to the other side. Right, I'm going to get back into the chat in just a second. I've got the sun actually on my screen as we're coming around. We're going to move on into the shade. Sally Ann, good afternoon. I've just seen you here as well. Have they sorted out the boardwalk yet? Should we go and have a look? We're going to go and have a quick look. You may remember in my video just before Easter, I came down here to take a look at the beach as they were getting all ready and prepped up for the summer ahead, and they've been laying down the boardwalks, and I took a look at them and I realised that there's a big chunk of wood missing on the boardwalks getting onto the beach, which is going to make it difficult for wheelchairs to actually get onto the beach, particularly unaided. Probably okay if you've got someone to help you, but I'm pretty sure many of you would like a bit of independence. So we're going to go and check it out. I did contact Calvia Town Hall. I said, that they could do with putting a wedge of wood in. It's a simple job, and they said that they would fix it. So let's go and see if that's been fixed. As we head round the corner, let me just pan around and just give you some nice views here. Oh, Linda, it is absolutely lovely. Adam, you're at the Santa Ponsa Park. George, good afternoon. Josh, you've only got 80 days left. What's that, about three months? And you're going with Michelle from Luton. And she's my biggest fan and watches every week. God bless you. Thanks very much, guys. And I can see we've got 200 on the live this afternoon. Thank you so much. Honestly, I say it every week, but I really appreciate you guys watching the live streams. I appreciate you watching any of the videos, to be honest. Otherwise, I said this to actually a couple I met yesterday over in Palma Nova. They had the St George's Day celebrations going on Palma Nova Beach, and I met quite a few people down there, and I did say thanks ever so much for watching, and I really mean it, because if you didn't watch my videos I wouldn't have a channel, so thank you very much. Lisa, good afternoon. Thank you so much, that's super kind of you. Clive, I've seen your question there. Do I have the cheese? Do you know what? I was in Mercadona over the weekend. They didn't have the blocks of cheddar. I was in the big Mercadona in Son Caliu, which is the supermarket most likely to have blocks of cheddar cheese. They're not doing it anymore, so I'm quite glad that that we managed to get our cheddar into the island. You are allowed to bring in dairy products for personal use. Wasn't breaking any laws, don't worry everyone. Clive, yes you can. If it's for personal use, you can bring it in. Obviously, if you're bringing containers of the stuff and then you plan to sell it, that's a completely different matter. But we're not, obviously. It's not going to be a Mallorca under the sun cheese range just yet. You'll find this Somerset cheese in Mallorca. Anyway, right, we're coming up to the boardwalk that I took a look at. And actually, do you know what, Sally Ann? We just passed the other one as well. I just went swanning past. We're going to pass that way on the way back, so we'll go and take a quick look. The boardwalk that I filmed in my Santa Ponsa video was in this Chiringuito. Now it is open, but we're going to have a little nip round the side. Or can we? Is there anybody in there? See if I can go round. I'll go around the back. I don't think anybody really wants me charging through live streaming through their beach bar this afternoon. Do you know what? I'm going to have to come back, Sally Ann. Look, there's loads of people in there. I can't walk through, not live streaming. I'll come down before it opens and film. Let's have a look. Frida, oh bless you. Thank you so much for your super chat this afternoon. That's super, super kind. Can I see from a distance? Aye. Yeah, I can't walk in with the camera. There's too many people sitting there. I can't tell whether they've replaced it. But I'll just pan around. I'll show you what I mean. Look, see, I can't really walk in. But I will come down here. I'm going to be out and about doing my update videos. So, oh look, we've got another boardwalk a little bit further up. Let's see if that's accessible. Ronnie, which barbecue place? Is saying they're getting on with the barbecue place next to the hotel. Not quite sure which video is that. Look, I'll show you this boardwalk here. Looks all good. Hey Stacey, thank you so much. Thanks very much for your super chat from over in the UK. See, it's in pounds. Bless you. Thank you so much. But look, we'll just come down. We can take a look at this one. Oh, look at that, look. Sally Ann, tell me what you think. That looks pretty accessible. They've kind of made it quite flush to the concrete there, so I think that's all good in terms of being able to get on. I can see a few mobility scooters have been parked up here too. Let's go and get some aerial views over the beach, and we're going to walk down and round and then back around the bars and the restaurants as well. And my goodness, it's looking so different down here compared to the last time I was here. I'm just going to put my hat on actually, because I'm going to be walking into the sun and it's actually very, very hard to see. Oop. Just 1 second. I think my gimbal has just done something it shouldn't have done. Oh, I don't know what's it doing? Just bear with me 1 second, guys. We can hear some unusual bleeping. I'm just going to try and reset the gimbal one more time. Apologies for being a little bit on the. I don't know why it's decided to unbalance itself out of the blue. I'm not sure what's happened, just bear with me 1 second. I've got my phone on a gimbal here, it's a Hohem iSteady. Hold on, just bear with me, let me just switch this off one more time. There, let me just reset it. Okay, this is the worst viewing ever, just bear with me. You're gonna have it's gonna be looking a little bit wobbly and wibbly, just 1 second. The worst thing is that, let me just grab my hat out 1 second. I can't actually see the screen properly, it's so bright over here. Okay, that seems a little bit happier. I don't know what it did before, but the wonders of modern technology. Anyway, let me just grab my hat out of my bag. Just give me 1 second. You can see actually they haven't laid down all the accessibility points over here just yet. We've got a few more blocks of boards yet to go down. I know they are making a considerable effort as well to make sure the beaches are accessible to all. And I'm going to have a little bit of an update for you in my islands update for tomorrow actually, so stay tuned to that. But anyway, let's head on up to the road and let's head on around to the bars in the centre. Oh, my gimbal seems to be a lot happier. That's what happens when you don't edit, you see. I can't edit that out now. Anyway, let's run up these steps. At least we've got the signal. Look at the views. Look, I think this is actually going to be the main disabled area over here, the main accessibility area over here on Santa Ponsa Beach. Steve, you're just back from Mallorca yesterday. You had great weather, even up to 26 degrees. Brilliant. And that's Steve and Linda from Torbay. Good afternoon from somebody whose name who I can't pronounce, from Sweden. Susie. 13:05, what's the food like? In the Reverence, please. Ah, right, Susie, you're staying in the Reverence Live. Got a question for you. If you're still watching, can you dive back into that chat and let us know what the food is like at the hotel? Don't forget, I've taken the right here, but if you take a left up the road here, I've done plenty of videos from up this way, got loads more restaurants and beaches too. The Eastern boy, you were over in Palma Nova last week and you're missing the islands already. You guys have to make more trips back. Come and see us. Clive, you always bring back a few bottles of orange liqueur from Palma Airport when you go, and it's amazing. Do you know what? I haven't tried that before. I didn't know it was a thing. Maybe that is something to take back, but look. All of this now has opened up, and it's these little beachside restaurants that I know this one in particular I'm looking at here. I know they've got other restaurants throughout the resort, and they're charging just €2 for a small beer. So I always find Santa Ponsa to be actually really good value, particularly in the southwest, because it can get a little bit pricey down here, and it's probably because the resort is so huge. And I'm glad as well East End boy, don't know what your name is, but you're saying that this is your favourite holiday destination. Well, that is good news. That is good news. Also, guys, I'm going to be over in Calador soon as well. I know many of you are going to want an update from over there. Like I said, it's the 1st of May on Thursday, I think. We've got a public holiday over here on the island. So, as you have probably where you are in the world too. But it just means that everything here is going to spring open. Okay, so we are coming up to the main roundabout here in the centre of Santa Ponsa, and it's almost where the little bus terminal is. We've got lots of bus stops here. You can see the 123 bus that heads on along the coast through Palma Nova on its way to Cascatala. Another bus just across the road down there heads on down towards Palma and the airport. We've got the Palazzo Santa Ponsa Hotel right in front of me. Another bus stop here as well. Santa Ponsa is really well connected to other areas of the island. You can get very easily down towards Andrach from here as well. I think that's actually the Andrach stop I've just walked past. And the main commercial area for kind of like day-to-day businesses are down this way as well. But look, as we come round it, there's a great jewellery shop on the corner too. June, I can see you've got your bank holiday on the 5th of May. That'll be a Monday, that makes sense. So I have a feeling next weekend it's going to start getting busy with some long weekend breakers over here on the island. Making the most of a long 3-day weekend, which would be rather nice. Let me know as well if you're coming over for an extreme day trip. They seem to be all the trend actually, coming over to Palma just for the day. Get a little bit of sunshine, nice food, and a few hours on the beach. Gurkhan, you're asking me to make a promotional video about the University of Mallorca. I don't know if I could do that. I don't think I'm well qualified. Actually, my daughter in a few years will be looking at universities. That might be the time to do it. It's called the WIB, the University of Islas Baleares, I do believe. Look, we're just coming up past the whaler. It's not called the whaler Isabella anymore. I think it's just called the HM Isabella. I've got rid of the whaler. But I did make a video about it last year. The lovely Leslie from Up in Tyneside. It's actually quite peaceful down this end of town, you know. It's quite chilled out. This is the calmer area of Santa Ponsa, or one of them anyway, before we head on into the centre. And that's the bar as well that belongs to the Isabella Hotel. It's the Irish Soul. Actually see some, seen some people sitting outside. Linda, you fancy an extreme day trip if the price is right. Well, you live right near an airport, I think, over in Liverpool way, and it's perfectly doable. Just get on that like 7 a.m. flight, get in for 9:30ish. You're on the bus, you're in Palma. Have a nice day, and then get like the last flight back at night. Excuse me, I can feel that sneeze coming. There's no way of stopping that one, sorry. But this little chiringuito here hasn't quite opened up just yet. Oh gosh, I'm gonna sneeze again. Look, Sally Ann, I can just check that since this hasn't opened, let's just check the boardwalk here. Look, that's been repaired as well. They've put an extra triangle in there too, which is fantastic. Moxie's Travels and Days Out. Thank you very much, that's very kind of you. Love your videos, you're going to be in Alcudia in 54 days. Also, hello to the Living the Dream guys as well. I know you guys were over here in Mallorca when I was over in the UK at Easter and I missed you. Hope you had a great holiday. George, yeah, great training. June, your son, his missus, did island hopping, did 4 destinations in 5 days and said it was tiring at first but enjoyed it and went to Switzerland, Sardinia and then Germany and Tenerife. Wow, I wouldn't recommend that. I don't think that would be like my idea. I'll probably miss some of those flights actually. That sounds pretty intense. Do you know what, I'm hearing quite a lot of Scandinavians, quite a few Germans this afternoon, actually. If you go back and watch my Palma Nova video from yesterday, I did meet lovely Andrew and his wife from Scarborough on St Matthew's Beach, and they said as well they've noticed that the resorts are becoming more kind of like multicultural, multi-international, multinational now. This whole side of the beach is completely empty. Such a nice time of year to come out. Nikki, you've just got 63 days before your first solo trip. This duck here, look, he's quacking. He was quacking at me. He's got something to say. Eastern Boy. Also, we've had another post on the Mallorca Under the Sun Facebook group today from someone whose partner or friend is unable to travel with them, and they're asking us whether they should come out on their own. And solo travel is brilliant, actually. At least you can do what you want, go where you want, eat what you want, no compromises, and you get some chill out time as well. So there's also some big advantages of traveling solo. Plus you also get to meet people as well. You're more likely to actually meet people when you're traveling solo than sometimes when you're with somebody. That's what I've noticed in the past. So if you're up for meeting people, also a great opportunity. And Linda, yes, Magaluf is now very family focused. It's very family friendly. Chris and Jasmine, you're currently packing and heading to Pagera in the morning. I nearly went down there this afternoon until I realised I hadn't done a live stream from Santa Ponsa for absolutely ages. You can't wait, but you're struggling with your luggage allowance. To get the weight of your cases down, just take out half of the stuff you got in there because you won't need it. Just when you're packing, I might do a video about packing tips actually. I've got it down to a fine art now. Half the stuff you've got in that case, take it out. You won't need it at all. Joe, hello to Sue and Joe. And you're heading over to Calidor in 3 weeks' time as well. Brilliant. Fantastic, thank you very much. Just see the police heading down to doing a little patrol along the waterfront there. Let's head on up. Actually, we'll stay on this side of the road. You must get a view of the bars as we're going round. With the Easter crowds going home, what are the bars going to be like this afternoon? I think we do have some sport on. I normally always inevitably end up doing the live stream whenever there's some football or rugby or something on. And I can see there's some sport, red shirts, quite possibly Man United or Liverpool. I think it's Liverpool. Nikki and Jane, you're with Jet2 and you can split your 22 kilo luggage into 2 smaller cases rather than 1 big case. That's absolutely fantastic. Brilliant. I didn't know they did that. I thought you could only take like 1 big hefty case, but that's actually superb. It's also a very generous luggage allowance too. But don't forget as well, if you're packing to come away, anything you don't bring, you can get it here as well. Things like toiletries, and there's anything you specifically really want. Don't forget, we've got loads of pharmacies and shops here, all really cheap too. Yeah, there's a big game on this afternoon. Just coming up by Daniel's Corner. I'll turn around here. Nice atmosphere from over here by the bars. Clive, thank you. It's Liverpool versus Tottenham. Have Liverpool just scored by any chance? I don't know why I'm assuming Liverpool scores, but got a happy crowd in there. Liverpool only needs 1 point to win the league. Yes, they have. Thank you, Clive. Quick football update. I'm sure many of you are actually watching the football at the moment. Right, coming up by Sean's place, it is now open. Look, Flamingos is open. It's actually a lot busier. Gosh, I'm amazed actually. I thought it was going to be all empty down here, and it's not at all. It's not in the slightest. Can't believe it. It's coming up by Tom's Pub. Look, they've got screens on. You can get an idea actually of where's got screens over here. Got one over here in Tom's Pub too. We can see much open down this way. Now look, as you can see, who cares about the 1st of May? Because, well, pretty much everything's already open. Except for Mrs. Murphy's kitchen, which still remains up for sale. Let's take a quick walk around the side here too before we head on up in the direction of Santa Ponsa. Guys, thanks very much for those of you who've rejoined the live as well. I've got no idea what happened to my gimbal, which is normally very reliable. It was all charged up before I came out. It was having a bit of a temper tantrum a bit earlier on when we're down there on the beach. But thank goodness we've gone back to some smooth streaming. Holger, greetings to Mallorca. You hope you'll be there soon. Brilliant. Where are you watching from? Let me know. Daryl, hi from sunny Sheffield, and you are over in May and you cannot wait. Nigel, bless you. Thank you very much for your super chat this afternoon. Linda, thanks for the tip. The Dino Hyper supermarket I just passed is expensive. And Nikki and Jane, I know, I can't believe it's closed down either. Mrs. Murphy's kitchen. It's been very long standing over here in Santa Ponsa. Just have a quick look around Dublin away. Let's go and see what's going on over here. Look, they've got their football on down here too. Most of the bars actually, if you are into your sports, you're not going to have any problems. And do you know what? They've got the actual coverage on down here as well. Some of the bars aren't allowed to play the commentary. They can only like show the actual match. But if you want to hear what the presenters are saying, come down towards the Dubliner, because they've got the commentary on here, and that's actually quite hard to find. And we're just gonna, I always pass by Boston O'Brady's, but we're gonna see if that's open, and I bet it is as well. Got a few businesses for sale around here down these parts. And yeah, that's open. Please wait to be seated. Right, let's do a quick spin round here. Look, I'm just outside the barcode 7 as well. We'll pass around the back of it. That doesn't look open. You can see the little fence there. It's like a kiddies play area. The Dubliner sounds quite a chilled out bar. They also have some amazing live music down here too. I remember in previous years, heading there to go and listen to some live music. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, barcode 7, little kids play area down here, doesn't look open, but we do have across the way here the mini golf, the Miraflores. That's open. €9 for an adult, €7 for kids to play 18 holes of crazy golf. Oh, I think Liverpool have just scored again. Yes, they have. Goodness. Steve, you're saying it's going to be your first time in Santa Ponsa in June. It looks great and it's bigger than you thought. Do you know what, Steve? This is just a little bit of it. I'm covering probably about a third of Santa Ponsa this afternoon because there's even more to the resort. It's a huge place. It's kind of about 10 kilometres from end to end. And it's kind of split up into little pockets of activity as well. And we're in the main kind of like bar party area over here with all the like bars and the nightlife. But Santa Ponsa is just lovely. There's a bit of Santa Ponsa for everyone. Got a few cocktail bars. I never see these places busy. Actually, these cocktail bars in the summer. You always see the pubs with the live music busy, and this little strip a little bit further along. But maybe it attracts a different crowd who come along way later in the night than when I'm passing by. Because don't forget as well, any clubs over here don't open until around 1 AM. And many of the locals don't come out partying until around midnight, so they're too busy having dinner beforehand. So there you go, Liverpool they've won the league, haven't they, I think? I think there's going to be a great atmosphere over here in Santa Ponsa this evening for any football fans. Lots of happy people. Jay, you're watching from Copenhagen. Looks beautiful, and you're going to be back in your home in Ilietes on Saturday. Brilliant. Hello. Kay, hello from Ireland. You love shopping in Santa Ponsa. And right in between all these bars and restaurants and everything like that, you've got all the, in between all the bars, you've got all the restaurants too. Let's have a quick look around here, look. Right, I'm on crossover. I didn't realise there's such a big game on this afternoon. Goodness me, I never do. Oh God, pigeon. Literally, I nearly stood on the pigeon then. That scared me. Is the main street in Santa Ponsa finished yet? Yes, on Avenida Jaime Primero, it is finished. As you come into Santa Ponsa from the roundabout, they dug that up over the winter. You would have seen my videos over the winter, but all that's now open. I'll head up down that side in another video at some point. Got some nice little restaurants down that side too. Just walking past the bus stop here. And all the way through Santa Ponsa as well, look, you've got loads and loads of bus stops as well to get you around get yourself around the resort and to other parts of the island. And we're just coming by the Carlos Tres bar. Here's somewhere else we can watch the football too. Quite chilled out and relaxed. Yeah, so just going back to Linda's comment about that little hypermarket we passed, the cheapest shopping you're going to find over here is going to be in the main supermarket. So your likes of Mercadona, Lidl, Aldi. Juroski as well I always find it a little bit more expensive, especially the Juroski city shops you find out and about in the resorts. But because of the convenience of the spa shops, they're obviously going to charge like a little bit more. So Sunday, I've just seen the sign up, Bournemouth v Man U, and then you've got Liverpool v Spurs. And I'm right outside of Max Havish's here as well. It's nice seeing so many people out here on holiday actually still. Avoiding the kids that came over the Easter holidays, I think. Look, we're just coming up by the rising sun as well. That's actually pretty packed in there. Looking very busy in the rising sun this afternoon. John and Marie, thank you so much. If you are watching this live stream, please can you hit the thumbs up button, because it will help roll the video out to others who have an interest in coming to either Santa Ponsa or Mallorca this summer. If you're new to the channel, if you've just landed onto this live stream, we're down here in Santa Ponsa in the southwest of Mallorca. My name's Alex. I've lived here actually, guys, for 20 years now, coming up to my anniversary, and I make holiday guides. I've got holiday news, travel tips, travel updates, everything you need to help prepare you for your holiday. So subscribe to the channel and also hit that notifications bell, because if you don't do that, you won't be notified about my videos as and when they get published. And I've had a few out in recent days. We've had Cala San Vicente in the northeast. We've had Palma Nova yesterday, taking a look at the St George's Day celebrations, and also at the end of that video as well, I just highlight some of the other events that we have going on in the resort throughout the summer season. And this afternoon as well, I've just published a very quick video walking around the Playa de Moro resort too, which is just south of Alcudia. We're up by the cardiac steps here. Maybe see, before you book your hotel, check it's not up those steps. Is that Grace? You're going soon to Santa Ponsa on the 7th of May. Greetings from Warsaw. Good afternoon. Brilliant. Brilliant. We've got a fantastic international crowd in this afternoon. Let me see if we can get a few nice views as well. Look, we're just right up by the Olas restaurant. It's got a bit of a shortcut here down to the waterside. William, yes, temperatures are on the rise. And in about a week's time, I'm going to be pretty sure I'm going to be moaning about the fact it's 28 degrees already. And we haven't got used to it. It always comes as a bit of a shock when summer hits. You suddenly find yourself needing a siesta in the afternoon and then moaning when you're out and about walking. So that could be us. But I mean, it's lovely. If we have that weather and you've got a really good value break coming over, then, you know, that's brilliant news. Good evening, Marco. Whereabouts are you watching from? Katie, good afternoon. You're saying, did I happen to interview two ladies in inflated animal costumes in Magaluf sometime last week? No, I didn't. Let me just have a think. No, I didn't, unfortunately, but they sound hilarious. When I make my future, I was very grateful actually to have a subscriber out and about with me when I was filming in Magaluf, doing my nighttime videos. If anyone's about, wants to join me on my Magaluf nighttime walks as we go on into the summer, let me know, drop me an email. And if you want to laugh, go and check out my community post as well on the channel about who should be walking up Magaluf Strip. Marco, you're watching from Enschede in the Netherlands. Wow, goodness, we have got an international crowd in today, especially as Santa Ponsa is so popular with our Irish and our Scottish viewers and our English viewers too. So welcome to the lives. And we have another little batch of restaurants just coming up to here. this area. Should we head on down towards Costa del Carmen? We may as well actually. I am heading off in that direction. And the reason I started the live stream from the point on the far side of the coast is that there's just no reception walking down that little path to get to it. So anyway, look, got a few little bars up here. Also handy too, look, if you're self-catering, there's a laundrette. And you can see where we started the live more or less. It's a little bit further along this pathway here. Kem, you're saying Santa Ponsa is nice, but Palma Nova is better. Depends what you're after. That is very true. And Santa Ponsa, I don't think Santa Ponsa is smaller. It is actually a much bigger resort because it is so spread out. But Palma Nova runs along those 3 beaches, again offering a very, very different experience. I think you've got to bring your trainers out here actually if you're coming over to Santa Ponsa and you want to do a bit of walking. So don't forget as well, you can head on all the way over to Costa del Carmen, which is where we're heading to finish this video. It's a shame actually we'll not see the sunset this evening. I'll be back on the evening lives a little bit later on, in maybe a month or so. And definitely during the summer too, when it gets really, really hot. Chris, 10 days and counting. Clive, quick football update, it's now 3-1. Kay, you're watching Kent in the UK. Does this area have a nice beach? If you go back a little bit earlier on the screen, just scroll back with your finger and you'll see that I actually walked down the main beach in Santa Ponsa. In fact, right from the beginning of the live stream, we passed quite a few little beaches and then we walked along the main beach and then round the back of it too. Tell you what, I'm getting my steps in today. Oh my goodness, we really have got an international crowd in today. We've got, is that, I can't pronounce your name. I can't pronounce your name at all. Bain, I think it is, from Kiev. From Kyiv, I can't pronounce that either. In the Ukraine, you're going in May to Al-Qudia and you hope the weather will be good this time. You should get nice weather. It can be a little bit iffy during the month of May. I'm going to have my Mallorca in May video coming out this week as well. I wanted to leave that video to make for the last possible minute, just to get all my warnings and advice and stuff for anyone coming over. If we do get the odd day of rain, it shouldn't last beyond, maybe a couple of hours or something like that. The sun always comes out pretty quickly at this time of year. And look, everything's open down here now. Outside the Manolos. Russell, you're off to the Alithia in July. Russell and Adam, I think that's over in Calabona you're off to. Adrian, you're very welcome. And Russell, yes, it is very, very sad about the Sonamar closing. Oh, they've got another Indian here. This is new for this year. Got the El Jardín restaurants as well to my left hand side. Also got gauchos too. Just warming up for the evening. Buenos dias, ¿qué tal? Very friendly crew over there, and that they've got a midday menu on as well. You can just see in the background the sun is avoiding the menu board, but you can get a menu down here for €16.90, which looks like very good value. Now, I'm not sure whether the lady who was over in the Facebook group a little bit earlier on today, she was asking about the Jardin Hotel. Is it Jardin Del Mar? Which is just down this way, just to my left-hand side, and the Iberostar. So you've got an idea of just a full loop around this area, and you can see how many bars, restaurants, beaches and everything like that you can find over in this area. And if you head on to my left here, look, we're going to just go and pop into the square. Now, last time I was down here filming, you may remember it was over on St Patrick's Day when I came up to the square, and unexpectedly, out of nowhere, the square was absolutely packed and busy. Are we going to see that this afternoon? Should we go and quickly go and check it out? Let's go and have a quick look. And now normally the square is really, really quiet until June, but like I said, it did open up earlier this year. And we had loads of people in, and you know what, I can see there's some people in today. And that's fantastic actually. It's fantastic that they're breathing life into this area a little bit earlier on. It's not just safe for peak season anymore. So this whole area has plenty of pubs, plenty of bars. Oops, I'm just walking straight through Hogan's. They've also got, look, they've got a TV here too. I think Santa Ponsa has got to be a football lover's paradise. Now it's not rammed, but it is nicely busy, I'd say. Got quite a few people out here today, watching a little bit of football in the sunshine. So this is what you can expect if you're coming out at this time of year. And look, Liverpool, 3-1, goodness me. Let's keep walking around. And do a full loop. Got the Celts well. Also seen some Wi-Fi passwords as well. You can stay on your phones down here as well without having your roaming charges kicking in. Let's walk right round the side. It's got the community church here as well, like right on the edge of the square. Quite a diverse place, but look, so you can sit out, have a few drinks, watch the footy, or sit in the shade here, look, right underneath the church. And this is, I think we're under the Caledonian here. And look, they've got plenty of entertainment here. Look, they've got karaoke on. Got lots of kids' activities. They haven't really set these up so much just yet because all kids have gone back to school, more or less. My daughters can't wait for school tomorrow. It's a complete lie. Diane, you're coming to Peguera in October for 2 weeks. I do need to make some recorded content from over there, and I will do that. Love Peguera, lovely beaches over that way. We've got a little takeaway pub there as well, look. And a chippy, crispy cod. Admin Anne and I got some fish and chips from there a couple of summers ago. It was very nice. Where am I going? Hold on, I'm going completely... Yes, we're heading down towards Costa della Calma, aren't we? Let's walk round in a huge loop. So look, just taking a look at the boards here, look, we've got not only football, but look, we've also got some live music on as well, over in the Celts well. Over at the Glasgow bar as well that they're advertising. They've got breakfast toasties, wraps, burgers. I'm going to go around the back of there, so I'll point it out as we go. So now things are quietening off just a little bit around this area. It's also where it could get a bit patchy with the signal, we shall see. Don't forget as well, I haven't walked down, but there's a whole line of restaurants running all the way up the top here to another couple of bars as well. And let's go and see how busy the Chiringuito is over in Costa del Calma this afternoon. I mean, like I said, this is one resort actually. There's something for everybody here. It's like whether you like, you know, like football or pubs, or you like live music, or you just want a bit of chill time as well. There's somewhere where you can go in this resort. It offers a little bit of everything. And not all the resorts are like that really. We've got a huge, you've got a huge diverse offering over here in Santa Ponsa, and that we're just around the back of the Glasgow. It doesn't look very open actually, unless you have to go in from the other side. Now, I'm so glad that rain hasn't followed us down here, down the coast from Palma. I'm so glad it's either melted away out to sea or it's headed on up into the hills. Because I didn't bring my brolly. It's going to be a very, very different live stream. Yes, Suzanne, it is lovely and green. And good afternoon from Sweden. Goodness me, I think we're covering most of Europe today. That's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely love it. Kay and Alex in Scotland. Love your videos. Coming over to Calas de Mallorca. I must try and get over there again this summer. I've got some content from a couple of years ago that kind of needs updating. John, the Caledonian is your favourite watering hole. You stay in the Jardin del Mar. Fantastic. Look, we're just coming up by the Cala Blanca Hotel. This is the hotel with the amazing views out the front. Just having a look at some of these rooms actually, when you do book your room, you might want to request one with a sea view. Otherwise, well actually to be honest, it's all got quite nice and green. I don't think it really matters too much where your room is, but if a sea view is important to you, and you'll see why in a minute actually. Get these absolutely stunning views. Just get past these ladies. Beth, you're off to Calabona. As I said earlier on, I will be down in Calabona very soon. Chris, Peguera is also a firm favourite of yours too. Fantastic. Look, check out the views today, look, because we're coming down past the Cala Blanca Hotel. Now it's looking a lot emptier actually. As I said, kids are back in school pretty much now. The season that we have over here is very, very short, particularly if you're coming over from the UK. And I think you guys only get about 6 weeks holiday or something crazy like that. So let me get these shades back on. Just show you, just go up and above the greenery here. I'm going to take a very swift right and down these steps. This is your shortcut here over to the Chiringuito. Come up past the Cala Blanca Hotel, and I'm very much looking forward to doing some of the sunset videos again this summer. So it's absolutely stunning over here. You haven't been to Santa Ponsa if you haven't seen the sun setting from over this side. And don't forget as well, you don't have to buy the drinks in the Chiringuito. I don't know what time it closes actually. At the moment, I think most of the Chiringos are closing around 6 p.m. Is there a tourist train over here in Santa Ponsa? No, there isn't. Mark, no way. Greetings from Slovakia. I absolutely love it. Brilliant. Have we got any other countries on today watching the live? One thing I love, I know I've got most of my audience is from the United Kingdom and from Southern Ireland, but I do have quite a good number of viewers, not just from the rest of Europe, but also from the USA and Canada as well. Have they cleared this beach? They haven't. Will they clear it this summer? I'm not sure. James, your Chinese has just arrived. Fantastic. Enjoy, enjoy. Dublin John, back in '87. And this is how you had to get to the beach. Goodness. Yeah, just going back to the tourist train, there are only a few areas of the island that have a tourist train. So you've got Calidore, and Can Picafor has one. And anyone else who can comment, do drop a comment. I think Playa de Palma as well has a tourist train. And I think that's more or less it. Oh, permiso, gracias. Oh, there's a little bit of a roadblock there. Look how nice this is this afternoon. Goodness, tell you what, it feels a lot warmer as well. I know I did say it was only 17 or 18 degrees, but I'm absolutely boiling. And like I said, it's going to be warming up as the week goes ahead. So I'm going to try and get most of my filming done before that heat hits. So just following the path here over to the El Chiringuito beach bar. If you saw go back and watch my video about that actually. It's quite, has changed quite a lot. And if I get the chance, I'll pin that right at the end of this video as well. I'll put a pin as well in the comments section below when I get home. Got some nice seating up here as well. Look, chill out, enjoy the views. And yes, Clive, there is a tourist train over Socoma Siliot as well. I think I forgot that one. Look how nice the water looks today. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I hear some music playing out from somewhere. Because don't forget, this whole area, even though we do have the new Chiringuito, you are more than welcome to come down, and you don't have to hire these sunbeds and these beach umbrellas. It's not obligatory. You can come down and just sit here on the rocks or bring your towel down. I see somebody swimming in that really cold sea as well. We need a good few days of hot weather for that sea temperature to warm up before I'm going to venture in there. We may well get it towards next week, who knows? It's just to take the chill off what feels like ice floating in the water. And I'm pretty sure there is no ice floating in the water. William, yes, it's absolutely gorgeous here. Don't know if you can hear the birds as well, cheeping away. Look, we've got plenty of tables as well. You can come and grab a drink. And look, Sally Ann, if you're still watching, I'm afraid you cannot get down here on the onto the Chiringuito, the El Chiringuito. Just here, there is no accessibility slope, which isn't fantastic, but anyways, you can still come down this path. And look, we've got some seating a little bit further along here. You can just see some others heading round too. And as we look along into the distance here, you can see the very, very end point of Palmyra Beach and Piguera. Right over here in this direction, you've got California's right in front of me. And do you know what? If you do want some complete tranquility, you can just go and sit on the rocks, as somebody's done here. Look, she's got the whole area to herself. Absolutely love it. Guys, thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. It's rather a long live stream. I've just seen the time. Got to get going. It's a Sunday night. My daughter's back at school tomorrow and I've got dinner to make. Anyway, thank you so much for the very generous super chats that you've sent through on this afternoon's live. I've really enjoyed that walk actually. It's been lovely. I have actually just been at home working today and catching up on everything because like I said, the weather did look a bit dodgy on the centre of the island and on the east coast. Look out for my content. I've got my island update coming out tomorrow. I'm going to be out and about in the resorts all this week, and yes, I will be venturing, health permitting, to the other side of the island this week too. So watch out for those videos, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I will turn the camera around so you can get some more lovely final views from over here in Costa della Calma. And if you just joined the stream, we've just walked over from Santa Ponsa, so wind it back and go and check it out from the beginning. It's absolutely stunning. Guys, have an absolutely amazing Sunday from wherever you're watching in the world. I'll be back next weekend and fingers crossed we're going to have continued sunshine without the threat of rain, thunder and showers. Keep your fingers crossed for me. Anyway, have an amazing week ahead. I shall see you on the next one. Goodbye for now.